Anthony Davis to the Lakers. Here's why I think that. Alright guys, so I'm starting to believe that Anthony Davis is going to the Lakers. So there's been a bunch of rumors in the news lately. Um, so this all started when LeBron tweeted, no, he said, he quoted, it'd be awesome, it'd be cool or something if AD came to the Lakers. And I think this is LeBron's way of, hey, Anthony, nudge nudge, we could use you over here. And I think LeBron's very smart for doing that, because LeBron and AD, imagine that. They could pose a threat for the Warriors, and I think AD is gonna buy into it, and he's gonna go for the Lakers. I already think AD doesn't want to be, so I think Anthony Davis doesn't want to be in New Orleans for a few reasons. A, he's a big star. It's not that big of a market. Two, they don't do a lot of winning. Granted, last year they rolled through the Portland Trailblazers, completely demolished them. But I don't think that's enough winning compared to their other seasons. The season prior to that one, they had a losing season, and he's only been in the playoffs twice, last year and 2015. And I think he's getting to that point in his career when he's starting to realize, hey, these are some of my best years. I'm wasting it here. I think he's gonna ask for a trade. I don't think it's gonna be this year. His contract does extend all the way until 2020, so New Orleans could do some stuff with him. But the longer they wait, the less his trade value. Yeah, so the less his trade value is going. So New Orleans also knows that, hey, this guy's a bona fide star, and we're not winning enough. We're not surrounding him with talent to make a run for the championship or anything. And also Golden State being in the same conference, Houston, all these other teams, it's really tough for them. If they were in the East, it'd be a different story, but they're not doing enough winning to be because they're in the West, they're not doing enough winning. So with that being said, I think that either at the end of the season or next season, he's going to try and ask for a trade, and it'd be wise for New Orleans to also trade him. And so, because they'll have a year, he can, at least then he'll be a rental. They're going to want to trade to Boston or Los Angeles. And Boston's been after AD for like 2 years now. Everyone knows this. Danny Ainge wants AD in Boston, and it's a matter of what he's willing to give up to get AD. Because I think last year there were rumors that AD was going to ask for trade, or Boston was going to try and trade for AD. But here's the question: so where is he going to go? Either Boston or Los Angeles, because both of those teams want him, and they both have assets to trade for him. And so it's going to come down to who has the better assets. And I think Los Angeles has the better assets, and they're more attractive for AD to go, because they're both coveted markets, both historic franchises, and so that doesn't really come into play all that much. But I do give Los Angeles the edge on that, just because it's Los Angeles. You'd rather be in LA other than Boston. Granted, Boston's a better sports town, but still. If you know Danny Ainge, this guy's notorious for making great deals, not for the other team, but for Boston. Like, if you go back to the deals he made to gain those picks for Jason Tatum and all that, when he gave away Paul Pierce and all those guys to the Nets, he's really crafty, and he's a really smart GM. He really smart guy, and he always finds the best deals. And I have a hard time believing that he would throw in Jason Tatum for AD. No, I don't think he'd give away Kyrie Irving, but he'd probably try and give away guys like Terry Rozier or something like that. While on the other hand, LA is gonna push. They're gonna give everything they can to get AD to LA, and there are a few reasons why I think that. I think that because was it this past summer, Magic Johnson promised we're gonna get another star to play with LeBron next summer, right? And I think that promise, knowing Magic, I think that promise matters a lot to him, public perception, and just being that guy for LA, and I think he's gonna want to deliver on that promise as much as he can. And because when he originally said that, I think he meant we're gonna go after Kawhi Leonard. But with Kawhi being in Toronto, there's a chance he doesn't come, or he stays in Toronto because he likes it there, or there's a chance he goes and plays for the Clippers instead of the Lakers. So it's becoming a tough situation for Magic. So it'd be wise for him if he gave up some assets, and I think he's going to give up a lot of good guys for AD. The amount of good guys Magic's going to want to give up for AD depends on when the trade goes down. If it's closer to 2020, he's not going to want to give up a lot of guys, because by that time AD's trade value would have been depreciated, and he's not going to they know AD's going to maybe want to come to LA anyways. It's kind of like the same thing with what they're doing with Kawhi Leonard right now. They don't want to trade for him because they kind of have a hunch he's coming to LA anyways. But if they trade maybe at the end of the season or at the beginning of next season, I think he's gonna give up Brandon Ingram. He's gonna give up maybe Lonzo. He's gonna give up. I don't think they're gonna give up Josh Hart, but he's gonna give up those two guys for sure. On the other hand, Boston, I don't think Danny Ainge is willing to give up. He's not willing. I don't think Danny Ainge is willing to give up. I don't think Danny Ainge is willing to give up Jason Tatum to get Anthony Davis, because he's just, I don't want to say he's a chintzy dude. He doesn't want to give up his ass. But the thing is, I think Brandon Ingram is as good, or maybe sometimes even better than Jason Tatum. It's just because Jason Tatum went into the playoffs last year or whatever, he got a bit of exposure, and everyone is under the impression that he's better. But if you look at the numbers from last year, they were about the same thing. So I think with what Magic's going to be offering is going to be better than what Boston's going to be offering, what Danny Ainge is going to be offering to get AD, and also the factor of LeBron playing in LA. So you have another superstar you're playing with LeBron. He's gonna have in the back of his mind that, hey, there's like the chances of me making the finals are pretty high because it's just LeBron. But on the other hand, if he goes to Boston, granted they're already a good team, but he can't really depend on Kyrie Irving. He won't have that sense of security of, hey, I've got my eyes on a finals, we're gonna probably make it. That sense of security in him that he would have if he was in LA. And also, I think LA is a better market for AD, and it would be a better market for AD and LeBron. So those are the reasons I think AD is going to end up in Los Angeles instead of Boston. I don't really see him going anywhere else. People are saying he's going to end up in New York, this and that. I don't think anyone's going to New York anytime soon. Like that, they're out of the picture for now. The only reason that New York is ever even brought up is just because they're a big market. Other than that, I don't think he's going there. I think he's firmly going to go to LA, and I think he's going to ask for trade. I think he's going to go to his owner, and he's going to say, hey, I don't want to be here anymore for so-and-so reasons. We're not winning enough. It's not a big market enough. And I want you guys to get the most from me before I leave. So what do you want to do? You can either trade me to Boston or to Los Angeles, but I'd like to go to Los Angeles because it's more attractive. Just AD, LeBron just seems more attractive than AD, Kyrie, and Boston. Like maybe it's just me, but that's just what I think. So I think he's going to end up in a Lakers jersey in either 2019 or 2020. But it definitely won't happen this season. I don't really see it. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I think AD's going to the Lakers. You heard it here first. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. Hey, we're growing. It's slow, but we're getting there.